Hello Bakugan Brawlers and welcome to another Bakugan video. Today I'm going to be talking about the power of red ability cards. In this video I'm going to give 5 reasons on why red ability cards are very powerful. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. Red ability cards are mostly played before or after rolling your Bakugan, as most of them is mentioned in the start of the sentence, like play before you roll. There are also a couple of red ability cards that can be played after your opponent has rolled their Bakugan, giving a more aggressive play, like magnetic action for example, as it says play after your opponent rolls. Some red abilities have their own unique set of rules that can be played at the start of the game and even during a battle, such as Max's Dragonoid, where you have to play at the start of the game, or Prismatic Magnifier, where you have to play during a battle. This first reason is really good, especially for beginners, as it gives you a reroll, which is always great, plus a very helpful rule, which is looking at the opponent's gate card face down. This is very useful if you're looking for the right cards to play on your opponent's gate card, and it can also benefit your mobile assaults, as you will need to stand on a specific gate card color in order for your mobile assault to not be destroyed and removed from the game. An example I could give is the ability card called Peek, as it says play before you roll. You may look at each face down gate card. You may re-roll one more time if you miss. Now for Peek as an example, this is very good if you have a lot of gate cards in the field and most of these gate cards are your opponents. So you can use Peek before rolling your Bakugan, and you can look the face down gate card of any card in the field. Most of the time you will be looking at your opponent's gate card, and after you do that, the good thing about Peek that if you miss your roll, you may have another chance to re-roll your Bakugan. This type of red ability cards are my favorite, as it can really give you so much control in battle. Some of these cards can move your opponent's Bakugan and some can move your own Bakugan. Light Wind is a great example where you can move any standing Bakugan, which can either be your Bakugan or your opponent's Bakugan. However, Light Wind can only be played after you roll and for specific attributes of Bakugan. As it says here, play after you roll and stand a Ventus or Chaos Bakugan. You may move any standing Bakugan to any gate card. In the case of Magnetic Action, this card is more easier to be played, as it is used after your opponent rolls their Bakugan, thus allowing you to move that Bakugan to any gate card. As the rule says, play after your opponent rolls, put that Bakugan rolled on one of the gate card of your choice. In the case of Magnetic Action, let's say your Bakugan is Darkest Cross Dragonoid and your opponent is about to roll a Saptera Vandaras. If your opponent is avoiding your card and for example he or she rolls to another card, or even if it misses, you can play your Magnetic Action, as it says after your opponent rolls, I can put this Bakugan on any card of my choice, so I can basically force my opponent to fight with me, which is very good to control during a battle. This type of red ability cards are also my favorite, as they can remove your opponent's unused ability card, like in this case Masquerade's Throw, as it says play before you roll. Your opponent must put one of his unplayed ability cards in his used pile. And Blast Wave, a very powerful ability, as it says play before you roll. If your jump icon stands on a gate card, your enemy may move all of their ability cards into their used pile. If it's a normal Bakugan, your enemy may move only one of their ability card to their use pile, and this is the Sega Toys version. And Dance Throw ability card is great for bringing back one of your used ability card, as it says play before you roll. If this roll results in a battle, you may take one of your ability cards from your used pile. As for Blast Wave, I've mentioned this card a lot of times, as it's one of the most powerful ability cards that has been ever released. This is very good to be played with a Sky Raider, as if your Bakugan stand, your opponent may move all of their ability cards to their used pile. But the only thing is that you have to make sure that your Sky Raider Bakugan is open. So you play this before you roll, and then after you roll your Sky Raider, if it stands, like in this case for Orbeum, your opponent must move all of their unused ability cards into their used pile. If you are a fan of using trap Bakugans in battle, then these type of red ability cards can really benefit you. Two examples I could give you are Balutin card and the Prismatic Magnifier. For Balutin, this card is good to use if you end up losing a battle, as you can bring back all of your blue and green abilities from your used pile back to your unused pile. Like it says here, play when you add a Balutin to a battle. If you end up losing the battle, move all your green and blue ability cards in your used pile to your unused pile. As for Prismatic Magnifier, this card can be either played with your Tripod Epsilon or Tripod Theta, and it is a great card to give you a double G power boost during battle. This is also great as you are also able to change your attribute because of the trap itself, therefore being a very beneficial card to be played on your opponent's gate card. As the rule says, play during a battle where you have a tripod, double the Aqueous, Subterra and Chaos attribute bonuses. As for Prismatic Magnifier, this ability card can only be played during a battle and if you have either a Tripod Theta or Epsilon. So let's say you're fighting on your opponent's gate card and your opponent has a better advantage than you. Then you can play your Tripod, and after playing your Tripod, you may change to the attributes of your liking, but make sure that it can either be the Aqueous, Subterra or Chaos gate bonus. So let's say you change to the Subterra gate bonus, then you play your Prismatic Magnifier. After that, you can double the Subterra gate bonus, giving you a better advantage in battle. This card is specifically for Pyrus Brawlers, so sorry for the others as you will be left out. Great Mountain Breaker is considered to be one of the best cards for Pyrus Brawlers. Since Pyrus mainly focuses on high G power boosts and more of an aggressive play, this card can be played before rolling and it will give your Pyrus Bakugan double of its printed G power. This is great to be played with a high G power Pyrus Bakugan at the late stage of the game. As the rule says, play before you roll a Pyrus Bakugan, your Bakugan double its printed G power in battles this turn. At the end of the turn, remove that Bakugan from the game. So you play this before rolling your Pyrus Bakugan and it will double its printed G. Remember that at the end of the turn, that Bakugan will be removed from the game. So this is good to be playing in the end of the game, especially if you run out of your best cards. This can really help you at the end. And also if your Bakugan is much weaker than your opponent, as this Bakugan is 950, you are 520. After playing this ability, when your Bakugan results in a battle, his printed G power will be doubled, giving you a much better advantage in game. Alright guys, we've come to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to leave a like, subscribe and share for more awesome Bakugan content. And if you guys have any of your own personal favorite red ability cards, feel free to share it down in the comments below, as I would like to hear what is your favorite red ability card. So see you in the next Bakugan video.